I didn't expect this in a free Quest 3 update, and honestly, it might be the best one I've seen in a long time. Zero Caliber 2 just added a full-featured shooting range, including a kill house, timed challenges, every weapon unlocked, and somehow it all dropped completely free. I jumped in thinking I'd take a quick look and then got sucked in for almost an hour. It's in-depth and it's satisfying and fun to experiment with. Let me show you why it surprised me most and why I think more VR games need updates like this. And this is not the only free surprise I've found lately, but more on that in a minute. First of all, if you have not played Zero Caliber 1 or 2, I highly recommend looking into them. They're fantastic games, and actually, the shooting range has discount codes in the range, so you can actually use those to get 20% off of either of the games. But what this is a standalone application that takes the shooting range and menu area of Zero Caliber 2 and brings it to a free standalone application. One of the best parts about the shooting range is actually the fact that every weapon is unlocked. Normally in the campaign, you have to play through and level up to unlock these weapons just to play with them and to load yourself out with them. But every accessory, every gun is all unlocked, and you can experiment with all of them in the shooting range and in the kill house. There's actually quite a lot to do in this, and one of the best things is just experimenting with putting different attachments on different guns. You can go crazy and take a handgun and throw a long-range scope on it just for fun, or kit out the handgun to look like something futuristic or like something that Solid Snake would carry around. You could take shotguns and add attachments, take your favorite assault rifle and add every attachment that you possibly can to it, including a bayonet and a laser and a hand grip on the bottom. To me, it's actually worth getting this just to experiment with the guns themselves, to see how they all load, how you charge the weapon for each one, see how they feel to hold and shoot at the shooting range. Speaking of the shooting range, it's got a true shooting range with different targets that you can shoot at. You can pull the target in towards you so that you can see how you did. You can push it out farther. You can experiment with all the different types of weapons, including rocket launchers and Uzis and everything in between. Each weapon feels totally unique and totally different. The way that it fires, the way that it handles, the way that it reloads even, with shotguns reloading shell by shell and other guns loading with magazines. Now, you can experiment with the guns for quite a long time in the shooting range, but that's not the only thing you can do in this game either. In fact, if you step outside, there's actually 2 different mini games that you can play and try to increase your high score. On the upper level, there is a sniper rifle minigame where you'll actually take a rifle and try to hit as many targets with your sniper rifle as you can after hitting the big red button. The targets are like cardboard targets that pop up all over the outside area, and you have to try to snipe all of them. And then if you go down to the lower level, there's a full mounted giant machine gun that you get to actually use and play a minigun to try to hit as many targets as you possibly can in the time given. It's fun just to play around with these weapons, but it is fun to also try to see how high of a score you can actually get. Speaking of a high score, another aspect of this is the kill house. But there isn't just one kill house, there is actually 2, and they're both unique. If you go down the stairs to the lower first level, there is a kill house that feels more open, and it's a little bit more larger of an area, if you will, better for things like assault rifles or longer range weapons. You can go through this and try to hit all of the enemies without hitting the civilians. It'll time you and give you an accuracy percentage so you can see just how good you did and increase your score. On top of that, if you go down another level, there is a second kill house. This one is more like close quarter combat, at least to start off with, and I liked using my shotgun in this one. This one is the exact same idea where you have to try to hit the targets and don't hit the civilians, and it times you, gives you an accuracy, and lets you know just how good you're doing. Then on the way back up to get new weapons to try it again, you get to grab onto this cool pulley system and pull yourself up, which I just think is kind of cool. The awesome part is that you can play these kill houses as many times as you want with whatever weapons that you want. So you can kit yourself out with different loadouts and play just to see how much fun it is to go through these kill houses. I personally think that a lot more games should do something like this to tease what is possible in the actual game. What they're doing with this free target range is allowing users to go in and see just how good the weapon handling and the weapon system is. They're very confident in what they've done for their handling and their loadouts and how the guns work and function realistically. So it makes total sense to give a free version of that training area to tease what the full game has to offer. Zero Caliber 2, in my opinion, is the closest you can get to playing something like Call of Duty on the Quest 3. I'm talking the campaign. Although it does have multiplayer, you can play co-op through the campaign and a PvP mode. Personally, I love the single player campaign because it just feels like an epic campaign. There are massive set pieces, big explosions, very extremely unique areas of the game that you get to play through, big weapons. It's just, there's a lot going on with this game, and the campaign is one of the best shooting campaigns I've played on Quest to date. And I love the idea of a game allowing users to jump in absolutely for free to test out the mechanics of a game or just to see how good the actual game is. And I wish that more games had the opportunity to actually do this. And here's the thing, it's not just this one. There are actually a few other Quest games that recently went either totally free to play or added updates like this, and they are absolutely worth checking out. The first of those is another shooter, Veil VR. Veil VR recently launched their social hub called The Citadel, which is 100% free to play. You can hang out with people in there. You can do a 1v1 battle for free in there. There is obstacle courses. You can play with the guns. It's a physics playground, really, because Veil VR is a very physics-based FPS game. You can unlock the full game, which allows for online matches in different types of modes for, I think, $29.99, but this is 100% free to download. It also, at least right now, allows you to play 4 different preview maps along 5v5 combat. I think it's just single player playing with bots. You can't play with other people. I'm not 100% sure about that, but it allows you to really test out this game as well and see how the physics-driven gameplay works. This is a unique game with a unique setting, and it's one of the only physics-based online multiplayer shooters that the Quest has to offer. So it's definitely something you could check out if you have not already. Stepping away from shooters just for a second, Death Game Hotel also recently changed to free-to-play as well. This is a crazy board game or card game style game where you actually bet with your body parts. I've not played it. It wasn't something I actually cared to play, but it definitely has a unique feel to it from what I've seen, and I know some people that actually really enjoy this game. It has gone free to play, so I mean, you can't really go wrong with free, right? So Death Game Hotel is currently free to play. Going back to shooters, Frenzies has announced that it's officially going to be free to play at launch. This game is currently free in like a preview where you can play through a limited amount of content. They might just be one map, but the game, when it launches in its full form, will actually be free to play as well, bringing just another amazing quality shooter to the Quest that is 100% free to play, probably with cosmetics to offset the free to play like a lot of these other free to play games have. Another free to play game that I was actually surprised to see go free to play because of how good the actual game was is Mannequin. This is a prop hunt style game with aliens and hunting those aliens. It's crazy, it's kind of creepy, it's fun, and it's free. I love free content because it allows people to try new things in VR. Some of these games are 100% free to play, but in all honesty, I love the idea of having a free hub or a free portion of a game that you can play to test out and see how the game is, just to give you a teaser and pull you in to those games. These kind of updates are what keep the Quest 3 fun between big releases. And I'll take surprising free content like this over half-baked $30 games any day. But let me know what you think down in the comments. Are there other free-to-play or free updates for games that people can check out? Let them know down below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give a thumbs up so more people see this video and subscribe for more content. And as always, happy questing.